Good morning. The December 14th, 2022 meeting of the Board of Estimates is now called to order. For those joining us live, sure that you have your mask on, and then all electronic devices are either on silence or even shut off. The board is fully vaxxed as well as boosted. When you come to present, if there's an opportunity to do so, it is okay and acceptable to remove your mask at that time. For those online, we ask that you please stay muted at all times. If there's an opportunity for you to speak, the board will recognize you at that time. If you could unmute yourself, or we will unmute you, say your name, where you're from, and then go into your testimony. At this time, I will ask our amazing clerk, Ms. Alessa Mato, for any corrections, additions, or noted abstentions to today's agenda.
Thank you, Mr. President, and good morning, everyone. We have the following changes and corrections to the agenda this morning. On page 80, under amount of money and source, cost center CCA 001368, please delete violence reduction cost center and insert ARPA reentry services. On page 81, under amount of money and source, cost center CCA 001368, please add ARPA reentry services. And on page 82, under amount of money and source, cost center CCA 001379, please add ARPA youth and trauma. We do not have any protests to note this morning. We have the following deferrals and withdrawals. On page 12 through 13, Baltimore City Office of Information and Technology Professional Service Agreement. This item is being deferred until the January 11th, 2023 agenda at the request of the Council President. On page 22 through 23, item number 1, Bureau of Procurement, contract number B50005017, background investigations with Kentech Consulting, Inc. This item is being deferred until 12/21/22 at the request of the City Administrator. The following items are moving to the non-routine agenda. Item number 1, Department of Audits, audit report. And item number 52. Wait,
that one's not going to.
That is not going to. Sorry about that. Page 52, Law Department Settlement Agreement and Release is being returned to the routine agenda. Apologies. Department of Audits audit report is on the non-routine agenda this morning. We have the following abstentions to note. The Honorable Mayor Brandon Scott is abstaining on page 19, Health Department Agreement with the Johns Hopkins University. Honorable President Nick Mosby is abstaining on pages 51, State's Attorney's Office Agreement, page 96, Office of the President Travel Request, page 97, Office of the President Travel Request, page 98, Office of the President Travel Request, page 99, Office of the President Travel Request, page 100, Office of the President Travel Request, and page 101, Office of the President Travel Request. The Honorable Comptroller Bill Henry is abstaining on the following pages: 96, Office of the President Travel Request, page 97, Office of the President Travel Request, page 98, Office of the President Travel Request, page 99, Office of the President Travel Request, page 100, Office of the President Travel Request, page 101, Office of the President Travel Request, page 102, Office of the Comptroller Travel Request, and page 103, Office of the Comptroller Travel Request. For City Solicitor Jim Shea, there are no abstentions, and for Director of Public Works Jason Mitchell, we have no abstentions to note. We have the following no votes for items on the routine agenda to note. For the Honorable President Nick Mosby, on pages 49 through 50, Mayor's Office of Recovery Programs Grant Agreement. Page 77, Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement, ARPA Subgrant Agreement. On page 78, Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement, ARPA Subgrant Agreement. On page 79, Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement, ARPA Subgrant Agreement. On page 80, Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement, ARPA Subgrant Agreement. On page 81, Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement, ARPA Subgrant Agreement. On page 82, Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement, ARPA Subgrant Agreement. And on page 83, Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement, Memorandum of Understanding. And that concludes our changes this morning, Mr. President.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. At this time, I'll ask the board to approve and adopt the opening statement. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
It's a motion on the floor. It's been properly seconded. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it. This opening statement is adopted. I now direct the board's attention to a memorandum from my office dated December the 13th, 2022, identifying matters to be considered as routine agenda items, together with any corrections, additions, abstentions, or no votes that have been noted by our amazing clerk. I will entertain a motion to approve all items contained on the routine agenda.
So move.
Second.
It's been moved and probably seconded. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it. The routine agenda has been adopted. The first item on the non-routine agenda can be found on page 1, Department of Audits reports. The audits are for the Enoch Pratt Free Library, a City of Baltimore component unit. This is the annual comprehensive financial report, together with reports of independent public accountants for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2021. The board is requested to note receipt of the audit report. At this time, I'll call up Mr. Auditor Josh Pash to provide us with his presentation. The floor is yours.
Good morning, Mr. President, Mr. Mayor, Mr. Comptroller, honorable members of the board. My name is Josh Pash, and I am the City Auditor. We're having a little technical difficulties.
Yeah, we had slight technical difficulty with the presentation. Are we all cleared up yet, Sarita?
So I'll go with the presentation, and if we get the PowerPoints up, we'll...
Well, we appreciate you always providing such detailed and thorough presentations. Yeah, we're not used to you coming with our presentation. We're going to work on that with your team and see if we can get it up.
Thank you. I'm here to present the annual comprehensive financial report for the Enoch Pratt Free Library. What I'm going to present here is the audit objectives, the scope, the audit opinion. I will define the 3 levels of internal control deficiency and then present the 2 findings. We are here to express an opinion on the financial statements for fiscal year 21, and then present a schedule of internal control over financial reporting findings. This is noted as part of designing audit procedures. We did not provide, and we're not providing opinion over internal controls because that would be a separate engagement. These review internal controls were only as part as our audit of the financial statements. For the opinion, in our opinion, the financial statements referred to above present fairly in all material respects the respective financial position of the governmental activities, each major fund, the aggregate remaining fund information of the Enoch Pratt Free Library as of June 30th, 2021, and the respective changes in financial position, and where applicable, cash flows, therefore, for the year ended in accordance with accounting principles generally accepted in the United States. That is referred to a clean opinion. We'd like to define the 3 levels of internal control deficiency for understanding of the 2 findings. A deficiency in internal control exists when the design or operation of a control does not allow management or employees in the normal course of performing their assigned functions to prevent, detect, or correct misstatements on a timely basis. A significant deficiency is a combination of deficiencies or a large deficiency in internal control that's less severe than a material weakness, but important enough to merit attention by those charged with governance. And the most significant is a material weakness, and that is a deficiency or a combination of deficiencies in internal control, such that there is a reasonable possibility that a material misstatement of the agency's financial statements will not be prevented, detected, or corrected on a timely basis. The two findings we have are significant deficiencies. The first one is a significant deficiency over controls or financial preparation. We noted that the library relies on 2 accounting systems. One is City Dynamics, and one is the MIP Fund accounting system for the compilation of the financial statements. However, for the MIP, which is the primary system, that fund accounting system was not used throughout the year to capture all accounting events of the library. And therefore, the year-end compilation of the financial statements, which is a complex and heavily reliant on manual adjustments, the merging of the 2 systems, to properly record accounting events, and we noted several material adjustments that were made at year-end to correct the draft financial statements. Those were all corrected and presented in the financial statements that we're presenting here. Some of those material adjustments were equity in cities pooled cash and cash equivalents was misstated by $955,000. The general revenues, the Baltimore City Fund, was misstated by $1.4 million. Transfers of capital activity and expenses were misstated by $449,000. Expendable net position was misclassified by $12 million. Non-expendable net position was misclassified by $3 million. restricted for a specific purpose and government fund balance was misclassified by $350,000, and the report provided to the auditor did not undergo appropriate supervisory review to ensure the accuracy and completeness prior to submission. And as I noted, through the audit process, these were corrected so that the financial statements were not materially misstated. The effect that we found for this finding was that as a result of the manual processes used to compile the financial statements, material misstatements to the financial statements may go undetected, and in this case, the auditor detected a number of them. The recommendation is for the library to refine the process used to complete the draft library-wide financial statements and the notes to those, and to review all significant adjustments, and to perform account reconciliations, and to improve the review process of those items, the internal review process of those items. The second finding was a significant deficiency over fixed asset accounting. We noted that the library does not maintain detailed historical itemized records for a portion of their assets valued at $17 million in its subsidiary ledger. These assets relate to historical transactions. They do not perform periodic fiscal capital inventories, and they use manual Excel spreadsheets to record, classify, and update the capital asset records for additions, deletions, and transfers, including infrastructure type assets. And we noted that there is no formal written capital asset policy that is approved by management that conforms to the recommendations of the State Office of the State Comptroller. We identified the effect is that capital assets included in equipment in the financial statements could be misstated, and our recommendations is for the library to develop an internal control system of policies and procedures to account for all capital asset transactions through a capital asset management system in order to maintain computerized capital asset records and to prepare a formalized capitalization policy. I'd like to thank the audit team and the Enoch Pratt personnel for their efforts in completing this audit, and I will answer any questions that you may have.
Thank you. At this time, are there any questions for Mr. Auditor? Hearing and seeing none, is there a representative from the Enoch Pratt Library? Thank you, Mr. Auditor. Thank you so much. If you could state your name and your title.
Good morning. My name is Victoria Raby. I'm the CFO for the library, and thank you for your time this morning. And we always thank the Department of Audits as well. So what you see in this morning's findings would be a reiteration of what you received last week for the citywide audit. So for instance, we rely and work in good tandem with the Department of Finance. So for instance, the fixed asset challenges we have echo the citywide finding that you would have reviewed last week, similar for some of the manual adjustments. So we too, as a quasi-agency, are eager to the improvements coming through Workday and a lot of those changes, and are looking forward to those smoother days. But if you all had any direct questions, otherwise, thank you for your time.
Are there any questions at this time? Hearing and seeing none. If the board's okay, I'm just going to say that this report will be listed as noted, and we can move on. Thank you. I believe the only item on non-routine other than this was moved to routine. That was item number 52. So at that time, there's no additional business before the desk. So at this time, we'll adjourn. The next regularly scheduled meeting of the Board of Estimates will occur on Wednesday, December the 21st at 9 a.m. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. Baltimore, I absolutely love you.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Baltimore City Board of Estimates bid opening for December 14th, 2022. Welcome to our live audience members today. And hello, everyone. We have one announcement before we start openings of 3 bids scheduled for today. Last week, we announced an opening for General Services, GS19825R, Market Center Garage Repairs, and that was our mistake. That bid is actually being opened on December 21st, 2022. So I just want to correct that mistaken announcement. If you all recall, there were no bids received, and that's why. General Services, GS19825R, Market Center Garage Repairs. That bid will be opened, or is currently scheduled to be open on December 21st, 2022. And first up this afternoon, we have a bid for Public Works, WC 1434, Urgent Need Water Infrastructure Rehabilitation and Improvement Phase 2 for fiscal year 2022. And Jim, take it away.
First bid submission is from Spinello Companies. Total bid price is $15,083,300.00.
Let me repeat that one back, Jim. 15,083,300.00.
Yes.
Okay, and a bid bond?
Bid bond is included.
And do we have any copies?
We have one original, one copy.
Okay. That was Spinello, $15,083,300.
Next submission is from Civil Construction LLC. Total bid price, $16,258,700.00.
That number was 16,258,700.00.
Yes.
That bid was Civil Construction LLC, $16,258,700. And we
Yes.
have a bid bond?
Bid bond is included.
And it's one original, one copy.
Thanks, Jalen. Next up.
Next submission is from Metra Industries. Total bid price, $14,667,950.00.
That number was 14,667,950.00.
Yes.
Bid bond?
Bid bond is included.
And it's one original, one copy.
Thanks. That was Metra Industries, $14,667,950. Next up.
Next submission is from J. Fletcher Creamer and Son Incorporated. Total bid price, $15,611,140.00.
That number was 15,611,140.00.
Yes.
Bid bond?
Bid bond is included.
And there's one original, one copy.
Thank you. That was J. Fletcher Creamer and Son, $15,611,140.
Yes.
And was that our final bid?
That's the final submission for that
So
solicitation.
that was the final of 4 bids for contract number WC 1434, Urgent Need Water Infrastructure Rehabilitation and Improvement Phase 2, FY22.
Yes.
Next up, we have a bid solicitation for Department of Recreation and Parks, contract number RP 21830, Parkview Recreation Center.
First submission is from Henry H. Lewis Contractors, LLC, DBA Lewis Contractors. Total bid price, $12,489,547.00.
That number was 12,489,547.00.
Yes.
Bid bond?
Bid bond is included.
And do we have any copies?
One original, one copy.
Okay.
That was Henry H. Lewis Contractors LLC, $12,489,547.
Yes.
Next up.
Next submission is from Towson Mechanical Incorporated. Total bid price, $10,760,000.00.
That number was 10,760,000.00.
Yes.
And a bid bond?
Bid bond is included.
We have one original, one copy.
That bid was Towson Mechanical Incorporated, $10,760,000.
Next submission is from MCN Build Incorporated, MCN Build. Total bid price, $10,299,000, .00.
That number was 10,299,000.00.
Yes.
Bid bond?
Bid bond is included.
You can have one original, one copy.
That was MCN Build Incorporated, $10,299,000.
Yes, that's the final submission for that solicitation.
That was our final of 3 bidders for contract number RP 21830, Parkview Recreation Center. Next up, we have our third and final solicitation for today, Department of Recreation and Parks, contract RP 21834, Ambrose Kennedy and Patterson Park pool renovations.
We have one submission. Bidder is Mainline Commercial Pools Incorporated.
We lost our audience, Jim. There's no one behind you now.
Total bid price, $3,848,000, .00.
That number was 3,848,000.00.
Yes. Bid bond is included.
And we have one original, one copy.
That bidder was Mainline Commercial Pools, Inc., $3,848,000.
Yes.
And that was the final and only bid
Yes.
for contract number RP 21834, Ambrose Kennedy and Patterson Park pool renovations.
Yes, one bid received.
And if we have no further announcements, I don't think we do. Okay, that actually concludes our highly speedy bid opening for December 14th, 2022. Our next Board of Estimates bid opening is on December 21st, which will be our final bid opening of the calendar year. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Thanks, team.